more Crootin to talk about because I'm Greg Tepper. That's Greg Powers. This week. Crootin! It's This Week in Recruiting. Greg Powers, our director of recruiting here at Dave Campbell's Texas Football. Follow him on Twitter, GPowersScouts. See his fine work at TexasFootball.com/recruiting. And of course, this is brought to you by our good chicken friends at Chicken Express. Chicken Express. It's warming up out there. Spring has sprung, and that means you need to spring into your local Chicken Express and get you that two-piece combo. Like, we talk a lot about the tendies because the tendies are great. But man, I mean, they built their whole thing on fried chicken, and the fried chicken is choice.
I think you should take your kids there.
Take your kids to Chicken Express.
All right. I mean,
you love your kids, don't you?
Yeah. If you love your kids, take them to Chicken Express.
I think that's
give them that kids meal.
Get that kids meal. It'd be great. It's This Week in Recruiting with Greg Powers. Got a lot to get to today. We're going to start with our prospect on the rise. Our prospect on the rise. We are going to go to
Dripping Springs.
Thank you, Dripping Springs. Talk about their senior wide receiver, 2026 wide receiver, Cooper Reed. Cooper Reed, 6'3", 180 pounds. He is now a DCTF 3-star in the class 2026. And he's already committed to play at Arizona State. He was all over the place for Dripping Springs. And Cooper Reed is a name to know and an early commitment there for Arizona State. And they're getting a good one in Cooper Reed.
Yeah, highly productive outside receiver, 1,006 yards, 15 touchdowns as a junior. So I think he had over 600 yards his sophomore season. So this is a guy that has been producing stats. I truly feel like Cooper Reed is one of these guys that Arizona State got a steal in. I mean, I guess from the outside looking in, sometimes you don't always think about Arizona State being in the 12-team college football playoff like they were this past year. But these are the type of players that keep a program on that type of track. If you want to have success in college football, recruit Texas. It's pretty simple. It's not like a complicated math equation.
Not rocket surgery.
Math Tuesday on Thursday today. I had to get my math drop in there. But it's not complicated, a complicated algorithm. You want to have success, go to Texas, recruit some players, build your roster.
And build your roster around guys who are producing at a high level at programs that are winning at a high level. And Dripping Springs is a good example of that.
And get guys that you have to fight for. And Arizona State is going to have to fight for Cooper Reed all the way up until the finish line, because I feel like he's a guy with his size, his route running ability, and natural hands and concentration. He's a guy that they're going to have to battle for, because I think big-time programs are going to come through here in the next month and a half, 2 months, and they're going to be all over Cooper Reed trying to get him to flip.
Speaking of recruit Texas, that's what Oklahoma State has done as we transition to our commit of the week. Our commit of the week, going to Pearland to talk about their 2026 edge rusher, Jalen Stewart. Jalen Stewart has committed to Oklahoma State, had offers in-state from places like Baylor, Houston, and SMU, and from out-of-state like places like USC and Arizona State, but it is the Cowboys who get the services of Jalen Stewart, the outstanding edge rusher from Pearland.
Yeah, no doubt about it. 6'3", 230 pounds. He has that prototypical hybrid outside linebacker, defensive end kind of build. And what I really like about him on tape is that he's pretty good at getting around the edge or bending the corner, but I like his inside pass rush moves. You know, he uses his hands pretty effectively and is able to shoot in there pretty quickly, which I think will also help him be a productive run-stopping force at the next level as well. And Oklahoma State traditionally does a tremendous job in the evaluation process throughout the years. You can really depend on them to come into Texas and find some of these guys that may be flying under the radar. We talked about Cooper Reed. He was in the batch of 50 new 3-stars that we released last Friday. Okay, so we added 50 new 3-stars. We're up to 275 prospects in the 2026 Texas high school football database at Dave Campbell's. 50 more 3-stars are dropping tomorrow.
Oh my gosh.
Jalen Stewart will be one of those names.
Okay,
so
well,
you only got to read tomorrow to find out the other 49.
Yeah.
Because Jalen Stewart is one of those 50.
Okay, well, there's a tease. Go check out the new 3-star Jalen Stewart, the newest Oklahoma State commit out of Pearland. They are getting a good one there, are the Cowboys. Finally, let's round it all out with our underclassmen of the week. Our underclassmen of the week, we're going out east to Palestine Westwood to talk about their 2027 quarterback, Kavian Bryant, who really lit the world on fire out there at Westwood, lighting up the offense for what was an outstanding ball club this year. And he was one of the top performers at the Under Armour Next camp here in Dallas. And a couple programs took notice of him because of what he did there, including Tennessee and Kansas State.
Yeah, 2 new offers. I think that Bryant has now eclipsed the 20 offer plateau in 2027. I think that I hate to get ahead of myself on the rankings because sometimes you have to really do a deeper dive than what you think. You know, it's easy to say, oh, this guy's going to be this or that. I think that he's a top 10 in-state player lock. Could end up being a deeper class than that, but for me, as I've evaluated it so far, I would have him as a lock for the top 10 and battling, with Colton Nussmeier for the top quarterback in the state in that class. And what Kavian Bryant brings to the table is a little bit something different because he's such a great athlete. You know, in addition to getting 2 new offers this week from Tennessee and Kansas State and competing at the Under Armour camp, just over 10 days ago, Bryant was also helping lead his basketball team on the hardwood during the state playoffs, helped them win an area championship before they fell in the regional semifinals. I think it was yesterday or the day before. So he's been balancing a lot of different things. Well, it's that athleticism that makes him special. He's a guy that he's got a great arm, especially for the deep pass. He can drop the ball in the bucket, but I love his ability as a runner. He's a true dual threat, but he's a pass first guy, but he's a true dual threat, a guy that you have to respect because he will beat you on the ground. And I love that dynamism.
Dynamism.
We're doing great.
He's very dynamic.
Yeah, that's it.
Kavian Bryant, you're a dynamic player.
There you go. That's exactly. He is a dynamic player. He's a playmaking dude, and he was a big reason why kind of Palestine Westwood kind of shot out of nowhere and were one of the most outstanding offenses in Texas high school football. One of the most outstanding recruiting guys in Texas high school football is Greg Powers, the co-star of Dave Campbell's Rising, our new recruiting show, which you can see live on these airwaves one Wednesday a month, at least until the season.
March 26th for the next episode.
Next one. But you can go check out the yesterday's episode still on our YouTube page, youtube.com/DaveCampbellsTF. Powers, thanks for your time, bud.
Appreciate you having me.